There is a new twist in the most embarrassing episode which we have seen unfold before our judiciary. The cash at the judge's doorstep. In the line of fire, Justice Yashwant Varma, who may soon cease to be a judge anymore. The Supreme Court Fact-Finding Committee, consisting of 3 Chief Justices of 3 different high courts, has come up with its findings. The sum and substance of those findings, according to sources, is that Justice Varma is indeed guilty. Now, here's where the story is changing colors very, very dramatically. Sources close to the Varma family point out that this 3-member fact-finding committee has actually done injustice to Yashwant Varma. And exactly how has this injustice been done? They say, in the defense of Yashwant Varma, that while he was being questioned by this fact-finding committee, he submitted a rebuttal on his side against all allegations which were leveled against him. This rebuttal went over 100 pages. Now, in the words of these family sources, this rebuttal of Justice Varma has been completely overlooked. Let's break down this rebuttal. First, exactly what was the volume of cash? In the words of these sources, there is absolutely no clear-cut evidence, either in the video, electronically, or otherwise, which would have shown that there were 4 to 5 to 6 bags of huge volumes of cash which were recovered there. Was this cash belonging to Justice Varma? Sources say Justice Varma has vehemently denied this fact in his rebuttal as well. In fact, he's even prepared a very elaborate map of his entire house, the bungalow which was allotted to him, as part of this rebuttal. And in that map, he has argued that the distance between the place where this alleged cash was found and his residential quarters is such that it was humanly impossible for him to know exactly how many people at any given point of time were having a direct access to this outhouse. The sources also argue that Justice Varma, in course of his interrogation before this 3-judge committee, had said that for a certain length of time, Justice Varma had not had direct access to this outhouse, that at any given point of time, there were at least 12 people, including his staff members, his PSO, and some security watch and ward staff, who would have had direct access to this outhouse. That this outhouse was never kept in lock and key. So the question being raised by these family sources is that if indeed there was such a huge volume of cash as is being suggested, then would he not have kept it under lock and key? Most significantly, was there a conspiracy? If Justice Varma's cash is not there, should there be an investigation to figure out whose cash was this? The family sources point out that that was exactly what was argued by Justice Varma before this 3-judge committee. But unfortunately, in the words of these sources, the 3-member fact-finding committee has overlooked this specific part of this allegation as well. What does one make out of this entire story? If, in reality, the Supreme Court Chief Justice decided that all allegations which were being leveled against Justice Varma should be brought out in public domain, and rightly so, for the sake of transparency, then our poser risk that should the report which was prepared by this 3-judge committee on the basis of allegations which all came out in public domain, should that report also not be released before the public? Let the public figure out whether Justice Varma has really been denied justice or has justice been done. So what does Yashwant Varma do from here? An impeachment motion has already been approved of against him by the Chief Justice. This motion now will find its way into Parliament. Does he have any legal remedy? Our sources are telling us that Justice Varma and his family wants to fight for his honor. They believe that this report has not given him due chance to make a case for himself. What happens to him from here on, of course, depends on what happens to this impeachment motion. In the history of India, we've not had a successful impeachment motion being implemented against a judge. Should this report come out, we're also told that there was a judgment which was delivered by Justice Arun Mishra in a separate case a few years back, where he had argued that whenever an in-house inquiry committee is ordered, that in-house inquiry committee is meant only and only for the eyes and ears of the Chief Justice and not for anyone else. Then do we conclude that because this report was also meant for the eyes and ears of the Chief Justice, is never going to see the light of day? The fate of Yashwant Varma hangs by a thread exactly on this question: should this report be released in public or not?